All right, gang, what's up? Michael Edward here, head trader at True Trading Group. As always, welcome. Thanks for joining me on this live stream, gang. As usual, we're going to wait a couple minutes, give some people some time to log on. So I'm going to wait a couple minutes here, give some time for people to log on. And usually I start off these live streams with a little open floor Q&A session. So for the next couple of minutes, about the next 10, 15 minutes or so, I'm going to just leave the floor open to some blanket Q&As. So if anybody has any specific questions that you want to ask about either an individual stock or just trading in general, feel free to fire away before we get into the trade recap of the day. I had a big win in Tesla today. And the lesson that we're going to cover in this video and in this live stream is going to be about knowing when to size up on your position, because there are specific moments and certain setups where it makes sense for you to increase your position size without taking on any abnormal risk than you normally would, that you're normally comfortable with. So I want you guys to get ready for this one. This is a pretty good video that we're going to be talking about, a pretty good lesson we're going to be discussing about knowing when to size up. So before that, we're going to give some time for people to log on. And in the meantime, I'm going to open up the floor to a blanket Q&A session. Diego, any thoughts on Amazon? Amazon, huge day today. Huge day today. Amazon has been quiet lately. Like, Amazon has been lagging. Okay, during the 2017, 2018 rally in the market, Amazon was one of the leaders. In 2019, Amazon has been a clear laggard. Okay, big tech in general was having trouble, but Apple, Facebook, Google, they all kind of got their strength back, except Amazon. Amazon has been very, very, very quiet, but you had a huge breakout day today. Amazon breaking out of a 5-month consolidation pattern where Amazon basically just kind of traded sideways in this range, and you had a breakout out of this range here today on Amazon. What are my thoughts on Amazon for tomorrow? I think today was such a huge move for this stock. I think that I don't think there would be, I got to be honest with you, Diego. I don't think we just push up to 1900 tomorrow. I don't think Amazon just does that and pushes up to 1900. I think that Amazon consolidates this day, okay, and maybe pulls back in and tries to hold above the top end of this consolidation pattern. That's kind of what I'd be looking for. This area right here, it's like 1840, 1845, 1850, somewhere in this range, the top end of this little range. I'd say maybe we pull back in and hold that. But eventually, I do think you see Amazon back up in the mid 1900s. But today is just such a huge, explosive day that I would expect tomorrow maybe a little bit of a cool off and maybe even a little bit of a slight pullback. But we'll see. After market, we're trading much higher as well. After market, oh my God, I didn't even see this. We're up another. Wow. Diego, I didn't even see this, man. Diego, we're up another like 15, 16 points after market. Well, that kind of changes things. We're up now to 1881. So we are extending a little bit higher. What a move. My God. I still think that, I think Amazon needs to kind of pull back and consolidate this day a little bit. This is such a huge move for this stock. Just to have Amazon up 5% in a day without any type of earnings is a huge move for that stock. So eventually I do think you see Amazon up in the mid 1900s, but maybe if it's not tomorrow, but in the coming week, I think Amazon's got to pull this back in and kind of consolidate this move a little bit. This is a huge move for this stock. Erez Isaac, do I think Tesla will continue up? I do, actually. As crazy as this sounds. I don't see the so this is what when we're talking about Tesla, I'll talk to you guys a little bit here about Tesla. Um, this is the trade that I made today. I was long Tesla in the morning, had a big position size, and we're going to discuss that. That's got to be what we're talking about in the video. And this lesson is knowing when to size up. But Tesla, this move that you guys are seeing in Tesla, this is a short squeeze. This stock had um, a very large short position. I think it was like 40 something percent of the float was short before this squeeze move, something like that. I mean, a huge short position in this stock. And once we broke to all time highs, you're seeing that short position get squeezed out. But the thing that I'm seeing in Tesla is I still have not seen the exhaustion move. I still haven't seen the panic move. I haven't seen shorts panic out of their position and just market order buy everything they can and see the stock extend. Perfect examples of that type of action was Beyond Meat, when Beyond Meat went all the way to like $200. Another example of that was Tilray, when Tilray went to $300. If you guys, let's go take a look at those charts actually. Okay, so here is Beyond Meat. There was Beyond Meat's extension exhaustion move. Okay, and then here is Tilray's extension exhaustion move. Okay. I still haven't seen that type of, I mean, obviously you're not going to see that type of price action because Tesla has a much larger float than Tilray and Beyond Meat did at the times they made their short squeezes. Those were more short squeezes because there was a low float, because of the recent IPO, and the float was still small because you had the pre-IPO lockup. So that had a lot to do with why you got such a violent short squeeze on Tilray and Beyond Meat. You're not going to get as violent of a move on Tesla because Tesla has been trading for a very long time, has way more shareholders, has a much bigger float. So you're not going to get that type of price action, but it just kind of feels like this move in Tesla has been very methodical. Like, look at the 15-minute chart on this stock. It's like it's just in this clean little uptrend where we're just kind of stair stepping. You see how this Tesla, it looks like a flight of stairs. You guys see how it just looks like a flight of stairs? That's not enough to tell me that the short squeeze is over. The short squeeze to me, I think, will be over when you get that parabolic move, when the stock no longer looks like it's a stair step. It looks like it's one of those, like, if you guys watch that Ninja Warrior show when they have to run up and climb the wall, you know how it's got like that real steep that real steep incline on the wall. That's the type of parabolic move that you want to see to let you know that the squeeze is over with. So the other thing to take notice of, or at least to keep in mind, is that short squeezes always go further than anybody expects them to. That's the whole point of that's the whole thing behind a short squeeze, that the momentum is so great in a short squeeze that it overshoots price targets, expectations, and that's when that parabolic move really starts to kick in. And I haven't seen that type of action yet on Tesla. So maybe we get a couple days of a consolidation, but eventually I think you're going to get one of those big blow off days. Oof, what do I think about Beyond Meat? Will it go back up? I don't know, man. This stock is dead in the water right now. I mean, this stock went from I trade. There was a moment where I traded Beyond Meat every single day in the course of a week. There was a day I traded Beyond Meat 5 days in a row. That's how much in play this stock was. Um, but now this thing, it's like people can care less about this stock right now after the IPO lockup has become free. We're trading in the 70s, very, very tight, small ranges. The float has really thickened. Volatility is almost non existent. And I got to be honest with you, uh, Erez, Isaac, I got to be honest with you. I had an Impossible Burger like a month or two ago. I had an Impossible Burger. And I got to tell you, it was a lot better than the Beyond Meat burger. It was a lot better than the Beyond Meat burger. So I don't know. I think the thing about these fake meat, these substitute, it's that they're not healthier for you, and I think that's a big problem. I think it was a lot of hype in the very beginning, kind of like the marijuana industry. It's a lot of hype in the very beginning, and then people realize that the infrastructure is not there. There's a lot of bottleneck with supply, demand. A supply can't keep up with demand. There's a lot of logistical issues and concerns, and you have some inexperienced public management teams, and it's just like the cart went before the horse, and a lot of those valuations have come back down to earth. I think it's the exact same situation with Beyond Meat. And I don't really think that these stocks are going to really have their next real big run until they're actually able to make these meat substitutes healthy. Because just because it's a Beyond Meat burger or an Impossible burger, they're not necessarily healthier. They're just not meat. So it's not like you're choosing a healthier option. It's just for someone that does not want to eat meat. But there's the saturated fat is very high, sodium levels are very high. It's still not healthy. So I think what's going to happen is Beyond Meat, Impossible Burger, like these companies are going to have to make their meat substitutes healthy. The problem is that it's a lot harder to do that and still have it look like meat and taste like meat. So that's where the saturated fats and the sodium comes in to help make it taste like meat, look like meat. If you take that away, you're going to have a hard time getting people to substitute their meat unless they're strictly vegan. But if people that are strictly vegan don't need to pretend like they're eating meat, like none of my vegan friends really eat any of the Beyond Meat or Impossible Burger stuff because they don't need to feel like they're eating meat. It's really for non-vegan people that are just trying to cut meat out of their diet, but it's not necessarily healthier. So I don't think I don't think Beyond Meat is going to have another big run until it's able to come up with a much healthier option. Danny Posner, Space, Virgin Galactic, SPCE. What do I think about that? That stock is crazy. The move that this stock has made, it's so strange to see this. It's like, okay, we IPO'd, we began trading publicly. Stock got absolutely crushed. Everybody hated it, and then all of a sudden, everybody loves it. I mean, what happened? It's the tail. 2 different months. 1 month, everybody hated it. The next month, everybody loves it. It's rare that you see this type of price action, but I think SPCE's got to hold $10. I think $10 is a real nice area to look for some support. You've got a 100-day and a 200-day sitting here. You've got this previous pivot point sitting here. I think $10 is a nice little area to maybe base out and then eventually continue higher. I think Space, Virgin Galactic, SPCE. I think this thing can be up around $15. I'd say would be a nice realistic target. Rad, Wayne. Oh my God. Did you guys see Rad today? Unbelievable move in Rad. So it's funny, Wayne, it's funny that you just asked me about Rad because in chat today, we were all talking about Rad going into the closing bell, and we were talking about this resistance level up around $20 because $20 is a key level of resistance, and we blew right through it after market. We blew right through it. Excuse me. We blew right through it after market. Here's your $20 resistance level. There's your previous support in October, little pivot support in October, pivot resistance area in January, and we blew right through it after market. Look at this. We blew right through it after market. On Rad, I'd say now your next resistance level is going to be around 2150. Well, we almost got there today. So what I'm actually expecting on Rad is I think Rad maybe pushes off the bell tomorrow morning. You get a lot of people with that still have that FOMO. They come in, they buy, they come in, they buy the opening bell gap up, they succumb to FOMO. It pushes to 2150, and then I think it pulls back in. I think this stock's got to cool off. I mean, this is such a parabolic extension move. I mean, just look at this, guys. That's just a crazy move for this stock. I think tomorrow this thing closes lower than it opens. So I would expect a quick push to 2150 and then a pullback on Rad. Mr. D. Mr. D, you've got puts on Tesla. I mean, you never know, man. You got to see what happens. You got to see what happens. It held up very well today. You had the gap up today. We extended in the morning. That was the long trade that I caught in the morning. I caught Tesla long in the morning, up when it got up above 430. Was taking the bulk off in like 431.50 was my best take profit on the day. And now we're basically we're right there. We're at 431.50 right now as the aftermarket session has come to an end. But I still don't see a sign of a top. And when you're dealing with a short squeeze, you want to be very careful to stay away from trying to short into a short squeeze before you get a signal of a top. And Tesla has not showed me any sign of a top yet. Now, maybe it shows me a top tomorrow. But remember, short squeezes tend to push further than anybody expects. So to short a short squeeze is very dangerous. You're always better off waiting to short backside weakness than shorting front side strength. Right now, if you short Tesla, you're shorting into what's called front side strength, meaning the stock is coming up into you, and you're shorting it as the stock is moving higher. That's shorting into front side strength. When you come to a short squeeze, like Beyond Meat, like Tilray, and now like Tesla, you're always safer waiting for the stock to crack, show you a top, and then short the backside weakness. That's a much, much, much safer play. So you might be pulling the trigger a little early, Mr. D. We got to see what happens tomorrow. Maybe we get a signal of a top tomorrow. But depends on what expiration you have, what strike price you have on what those options are going to do. But implied volatility is going to be very high. I'm sure they were very expensive contracts, and we got to see what happens, and we'll see how it plays out. What are signs that Tesla will top? Well, there's a few things. First sign that I would look for is an exhaustion gap. What is an exhaustion gap? An exhaustion gap is when a stock gaps up aggressively, a high gap. Okay, I'm talking, let's go back to the 3-minute chart today. So like Tesla gapped up today, but that's a small gap. All right, that's not a very large gap up that Tesla had today. An exhaustion gap is when a stock really gaps up aggressively and then goes red on the day. That's an exhaustion gap. Okay, stock gaps up aggressively, goes red on the day. That's called an exhaustion. Wait, which stock just had an exhaustion? Was it Roku? Was it Roku? No, it wasn't Roku. What stock was it? We just traded a couple weeks ago that had an exhaustion gap up. This is gonna kill me now, guys. Can't remember what ticker that it was that had an exhaustion gap up, and we actually shorted it. I can't remember it. It'll come. It might come to me in the middle of this live stream. If it does, I'll come back to it. But an exhaustion gap up is when the stock gaps up aggressively. You get a real high gap up, more than a typical gap in the stock, and the stock actually goes red. That is an exhaustion gap up, and you can look for that high of the day on the exhaustion gap, that you look at that to be a potential top. Okay, that's what you saw in Tilray. Okay, like if I go back to Tilray, okay, this was an exhaustion gap on Tilray. This day right here, we gapped up. Okay, the stock opened up at $235 when it closed the day before at 155. So that's an exhaustion gap. It opened up at 235. It closed at 135. 155 the day before, and then actually went red. Okay, and you see the very next day, and then that's an exhaustion gap. That's something that you want to look for on Tesla. Obviously, it won't be as extreme as Tilray because of the size of the float. It won't be anywhere near as extreme, but I would look for a shooting star gap up. So like the stock gaps up, puts in a real nasty tail, like a shooting star tail is what we call it. A shooting star tail will look something like this. Okay, see this little chart? See this little candle? This, if Tesla puts this pattern in after having a large gap up, that could be a potential sign of a top. All right, that's when I would start to be looking for maybe a potential top on Tesla. Yes, Jorge asks, is the strategy or system that I use, can it be replicated with any account size? Yes. So in TTG, guys, we've got a lot of members that have small accounts. We have a lot of members that have big accounts. But every member implements the same strategy, the same tier trading method. You just can't tier. If you have a small account and you're held to PDT, you can't tier into your positions, but you can tier out. All right. And the setups and the patterns that we go after doesn't matter if you're trading with $100 or $1,000,000. The patterns are the patterns, the setups are the setups, the probabilities and the percentages are all the same, regardless of position size. Percentage gain is percentage gain. Doesn't matter how you look at it. So yes, it is absolutely can be replicated with any account size. Where do I like to pull my news from in the morning? Well, I've got a news feed that TC2000 pulls. I use a news feed on TC2000, but I have CNBC on the TV all day long. Yep, anytime, bro. Yes, Toriel 10, Toriel 10, SMAR had the exhaustion gap. You're right. And we shorted it that day. You are right, my friend. You are right. Let's go back to it. I think that was in March. I believe it was this right here. Yes, it was this. Yep, it was this because I remember the 3-day rollover. I remember the 3-day rollover. So yeah, SMAR had an exhaustion gap up here in March. You see this huge move, and then it finally had this big gap up, and it pushed, and then actually pulled all the way back in, had a real weak close. That established a high, and then I got short SMAR, and then you saw we had the next 2 to 3 day rollover. Yeah, Tyrell, you're a long time listener, man. That was back in March. That was many months ago. Nice. Kudos to remembering that trade. Yep, we shorted SMAR on that crack. And that's the difference. Like, why would you want to short SMAR in anywhere in here when the stock is showing you tremendous strength? This would be you shorting into front side strength. But when you get this type of action, you get that signal of a potential top, and then you get short in here. Now you're shorting into backside weakness. Now you have an actual high that you can use as your stop loss where you can clearly identify your risk. If you went in there and you shorted SMAR, let's say right there, where's your risk? You have no idea. You have no idea where your risk is. You're up at all-time highs. You have no resistance level in sight. So how much room are you going to give it? You can't identify your risk when you're shorting into front side strength like that. But if you wait for the crack and you short into backside weakness like on this day, you know exactly what your risk is. All right. Thanks for remembering that though. Toyal. That was a good one. Well, CTMMA asks, is there any possibility of a 3 or 6 month membership instead of 1 year? Can't really afford the 1 year. I'm giving trading another 3 to 6 months max, and if it doesn't work out, I'll move on. The first thing that I'm going to say to you, a couple things that I'm going to talk to you about this point. First and foremost, in my last live stream, I made an announcement. TTG now has a financing option for a membership. So if you can't afford the one-time payment, or if it's just a little too steep for you at the moment, we do have a financing option where you can spread the payment out over 3 months. So if that is something that interests you, CTMMA, just send an email to info@truetradinggroup.com. And then we'll help get you set up with the financing plan. But the other thing that I will say is this: I have a lot of TTG members that come to me. They find me on YouTube, just like you guys. They start messaging me. They're like, Mike, I love the way you explain things. I learned more from watching your YouTube channel than I have the last 2 years being part of the group that I'm a part of now. And they're at the point where they're still not having success. They're getting very frustrated, and they're ready to quit. I'm going to say the same thing to you, CTMA, as I say to every single one of those people that tell me or have a similar story. And that is, you may have been trading for X amount of time. Let's say you've been trading for 2 years and you're still not having success. I'm just making up. It doesn't matter how much the time is. Ask yourself this: during that time, have you gotten a true professional education? Or have you been following someone who claims to be a guru, but really they're a furu, and they're not really teaching you anything? You're not really learning a professional education, and you're spinning your wheels trying to find some secret strategy to unlock the keys to the stock market. Ask yourself, have you gotten a true professional education, or have you been just getting sold a bunch of gimmicks? You really have to ask yourself that, because if you've been trading for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and you're still not having success, but you're not getting a real education and you're not learning how to trade properly, because there's a lot of BS out there, guys. A lot of BS out there. Oh, I've got these 3 simple patterns. Just follow these and you'll be a millionaire. I've got this secret strategy that nobody else in the world knows, but I'm going to teach you. It's right 99% of the time. It's all BS. All of that is BS. And if you've been going through your trading career listening to that type of stuff and not actually getting a real education, of course you're going to struggle. It's like if you asked me how to play poker and I was like, listen, I got this special hand. Whenever you get 7-5 diamond spade, 7-5 diamond spade, you play it every time. I'm telling you, that's the secret. Well, if you did that, you're going to lose money, obviously. And you're going to say, well, oh man, I can't get it. Poker's not for me. But that's because you're not actually learning how to play poker. You really have to get a professional education, guys. That's why I have this channel. I share with you guys on this channel a fraction of the education that we give out in the curriculum in TTG. But if you guys just watch a handful of these videos, I guarantee you've learned more about trading just by watching a couple hours of my YouTube videos than you have in years of you trying trading and searching stuff online previously. I guarantee it. And the difference is, it's not that I'm just this masterful teacher. It's that I'm actually teaching you how to trade. I'm teaching you a professional style. I'm teaching you guys exactly what I was taught when I worked at a hedge fund in New York City. So that's a professional education. That's real learning. That's real experience. That's not sitting in my pajamas in my dorm room and trying to figure things out as I go. I was taught by some of the best traders on Wall Street. And that's what I'm sharing with you guys. That's what makes up the TTG curriculum. And although I share all this stuff with you on the YouTube channel, it's a tip of the iceberg, guys. It's maybe 15%. of what you'll learn in the entire curriculum and being a TTG member. But that's the whole that's what started the reason why I even started the channel was because there's just so much crap out there and people aren't actually learning. They're just falling victim to some marketing ploy and falling victim to people that are taking advantage of your hopes and dreams of becoming a consistently profitable trader when they themselves aren't even consistently profitable traders. So I have to say, ask yourself that, MMA, ask yourself that. Make sure that before you quit, make sure that you gave yourself a chance to actually get a real education. And then if it's still not working out for you, then, maybe trading's not for everyone. Okay. But it's a sin. I hate to see traders quit before giving themselves a chance. And if you don't get a real education, you're not really giving yourself a chance. Like you're not going to go get golf lessons from someone that doesn't play golf professionally. Why would you? Why would you get lessons from someone that wasn't good enough to become a pro? And then you get lessons from that person and then your golf game doesn't improve and then you're just going to quit golf? Well, maybe you're not getting the right education. Maybe you're not getting the right mentorship. Maybe you're not getting the right guidance. Okay, maybe you're not getting the right guidance. That's why it's important to get a professional education. All right, guys. So that's wow, that's a lot longer of a Q&A than I initially anticipated. I was going to do like a 10, 15-minute Q&A. We ended up doing 47-minute. I'm sorry, a 30-minute Q&A. We ended up doing a 30-minute Q&A. Let's get into the live stream now. I want to talk about the lessons. Guys, real quick, before I start the recap, I'm going to be very honest, straight up, and blunt with you. I'm breaking this live stream into two parts. So we just did the Q&A. I'm breaking this Q&A into two parts. Part one, we're going to go over my Tesla trade. We're going to go over a lesson that talks about how to know when it's time to size up your position. All right. That's going to be part one of the live stream. Part two of the live stream, I'm not going to sell you guys anything. We're not going to talk anything. We're talking education on the part one. Part two, I'm going to walk you guys through the member dashboard on the True Trading Group website and show you guys what comes along, what's available to you as a TTG member. I'm going to show you the dashboard, the courses, the stock profiles, the analyst reports, the blog, the chat. I'm going to show you guys all of that stuff. That's going to be part two. So part one, we're going to go over the lesson and my trade in Tesla. Then part two, if you want to stick around, I'm going to walk you guys through the True Trading Group website. I'm going to show you what it looks like in your member dashboard, where you can find the watch list, the news, all of that stuff. I'm going to show you on part two of the live stream. All right. So that's how we're gonna separate this. So I know it's kind of late. It's almost 9 p.m. on the East Coast. So I'm going to tell you guys now, that's how I'm going to break up the live stream into these two parts. So part one, let's jump right on in. Let's get to Tesla. Tesla has been a monster short squeeze. If you guys remember last week when I was trading in Dubai, I made a live stream. I believe it was on Monday. We talked about Tesla breaking through that resistance level that was previous highs and look for a short squeeze up over 400. Well, fast forward now a week and a half, and there is your short squeeze over 400. This is the day that I said watch for a short squeeze over 400, and we got it, and we capitalized on it and made some money here today. Let's go to the 3-minute chart, and let's start talking about Tesla. Here's Tesla. We have a gap up. We have a gap up here on Tesla. What I first want you guys to notice is a real nice wedge pattern that starts to form on Tesla. Can you guys see the wedge pattern on Tesla? Can you guys see the wedge pattern on Tesla? I'll draw it for you. Then you're going to be, watch, then you're going to be like, oh yeah, there it is. There's your wedge on Tesla. Super clean. Super clean. Textbook. Okay. So Tesla gapped up to all-time highs, pulled in, held well above yesterday's highs or the prior day's highs. But what I notice here is the trade line. This yellow line on my screen is holding at the bottom trend of this wedge. So here's your wedge support, your uptrend support line on the wedge, and the trade line lines up with it beautifully. So now I've got the trade line and that uptrend support line on the wedge. I have both of them in that same area. Both of those indicators are what's creating an area of support for me on this pattern. What I did was say to myself, okay, I know Tesla is strong. I know Tesla is in the middle of a short squeeze. I know Tesla has momentum. Here we have a wedge pattern at all-time highs, and I've got the trade line providing an area of support on the bottom end of this wedge, which is the support line. The chances of this wedge breaking to the upside far outweigh the chances of it breaking to the downside. So what I go ahead and do is I get long Tesla right there. Right there is where I jump in Tesla. I'll take you guys to my trade announcements on the day. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. Here you guys can see at 10:05 a.m. I'm long Tesla at 428.19. Stop loss the 427 area. Now, there's my entry at 428.19. Okay, there it is. My stop loss is really even higher than 427. It's really around 427.25, 427.50, because that's a break of the wedge. Okay, as I zoom this in, you guys can see if we break this uptrend support line, I'm going to exit this trade because the wedge would have broken to the downside. If the stock does that and breaks to the downside, well, then that's a bearish signal, and then you probably see Tesla roll down and actually go red on the day. But if we break to the upside, I'm saying we're going to get a continuation on this squeeze. There's no way that high of the day is going to hold. We're going to break through the high and we're going to extend. All right. This is where I sized up on my position. Okay. And the reason being, if you guys get this is going to be the lesson that we're going to discuss. If you get an opportunity to enter a trade where your risk is so small, size up your position, take advantage of it. On this trade, I'm risking less than $1 a share. Okay, because this, if we break below this uptrend line, I'm out of this position. So I'm able to get into this stock risking maybe 75 cents, 80 cents. A dollar amount that I'm comfortable risking per trade is anywhere between $2,000 and $3,000. That's a dollar amount I'm comfortable with risking. Now, if I find myself in a situation where I'm risking on a stock like Tesla, I'm only risking 75, 80 cents, then there's no reason why I shouldn't get at least 2,000 shares. If you buy 2,000 shares of a stock and your risk is $1, you're risking $2,000. So in a situation like this, if I'm risking $1, well, why not take the opportunity to size up, get some real big size? Because if I'm wrong, I'm still going to lose the same dollar amount that I'm comfortable risking. You have to ask yourself when you're trading, what's a dollar amount you're comfortable risking per trade? Is it $100? Is it $300? $500? $1,000? How much are you comfortable risking per trade? When it comes time for you guys to enter a trade, you identify where your stop loss needs to be. You don't set your stop loss arbitrarily based on just a random percentage. Your position size needs to constantly be changing every trade. Your risk doesn't change. Your position size changes. So you need to adjust your position size. Let's say you're comfortable risking $300 on a trade. If you are buying a stock at a certain price point, you need to identify where your stop loss needs to be based on the pattern. Then you calculate your position size to figure out from your entry point to where the stop loss is, how much position size is 300 bucks. All right. If you're buying 1,000 shares of a stock and you're risking, if you're risking 30 cents a share based on where your entry is and where your stop loss is, and you're comfortable risking $300, then you're going to buy 1,000 shares. If you're comfortable risking 300 bucks on a trade and you're buying a stock and your stop loss is 15 cents lower, well, then you're going to buy 2,000 shares. That's how you calculate your position size. You don't just trade with $5,000 position size every single trade and then just put your stop loss at whatever equates to $300 loss. That's not how you place your stop losses. You will get stopped out of almost every single trade, and then the stock will go higher without you if you do that. That is the wrong way to set your stop losses. You figure out where your stop loss needs to be based on the pattern. You set your stop loss just below the support level, and then you calculate how much position size equates to a $300 loss based on that stop loss. So when you find yourself in a situation where maybe you're okay risking $300, but your stop loss is only 6 cents away because you're buying the stock so close to that stop loss, size up. Size up in that opportunity. Don't go after and enter the trade and say, "Ooh, this is good. I'm only risking 100 bucks now because my stop loss is so small. I'm only risking 100 bucks." No. If you're comfortable risking 300, risk 300. Size up. Now, if you're wrong on the trade, you still lose $300, the same amount you're comfortable losing. But if you're right, you're crushing it on a much bigger position size than you normally would trade with. 2,000 shares of Tesla is a big position size. But if I'm risking $1, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that that's an $850,000 position. My risk is my risk. It doesn't matter. If I'm wrong, I know what I'm losing. And it's the same dollar amount that I'm comfortable risking every trade. Whether it's Tesla, a SPY option, or a low float small cap. That's the dollar amount I'm comfortable risking. So when you get an opportunity like that, like I got today in Tesla, I said, well, damn, okay, I'm going to size up. And I was right on the trade. And I banked because I sized up. So this is what this lesson and this trade recap is all about, is identifying and recognizing opportunities where it's okay to size up your position. The one thing you need to be conscious of is liquidity. If you're going to size up, now I don't know how much size you guys trade with, all right? But you have to make sure that the stock is liquid enough that you can get out of that increased size, no problem. Okay, that's the catch. You got to make sure that the stock is liquid enough to get out of your position, no problem. Tesla is as liquid as the ocean. I can get out of 2,000 shares in the blink of an eye, no problem. All right, but I would never in a million years try to get an $850,000 position in a stock like PTI or a stock like what was the the China company today? XF. Oh man, what was it? XFL? I forgot. XFR, something like that. But a stock like NLNK, FCell, would never buy that kind of position size. TCCO, you never buy that kind of position size in a stock like that. No, in that maybe you buy 20,000, but still risking 2,000 bucks. So take advantage of opportunities like that. Don't stick to your small size and say, oh, you know what, well, this is good. I'm only going to risk $100. No, size up and risk the 300 that you're comfortable risking, because that's the whole point of that number. That number is a number you're comfortable risking. So risk it. Because when you get an opportunity like this to size up, when you're right, you bank. When you're wrong, you still lose the exact same amount that you're comfortable risking in the first place. All right? So, continuing on the Tesla trade. Excuse me, guys. My throat's still killing me. So, continuing on with the Tesla trade, we get the trade line and this uptrend support line on this wedge. We break up and out of the wedge. And then now let's zoom this in. Let's get real technical here. I feel like I have to sneeze. Sorry, guys. Now let's get real technical here. You see now here's the entry at 428. It's actually all the way down here, 428.19. Okay, right there's the entry, 428.19. We pop our head up and over the wedge. And now an important thing for you to notice, when you're dealing with wedge breakouts, when you break up and out of the wedge, it's important that you do not fall back inside the wedge. A wedge breakout, when it's clean, once it gets above that trend line, will not fall back inside the wedge. So after you get a break up and out of the wedge, you can take, remember, this line here is my stop loss. There's the entry, there's the stop loss. When you get that break up and out of that wedge, you can now actually move your stop loss up. Because if the stock falls back inside the wedge, that's a negative sign. All right. That would be a negative sign. So you actually would want to, if you're long inside the wedge and then it breaks up and out of the wedge, then you want to move your stop loss up, protect your downside. All right. Once we broke out of here, my stop loss gets moved up to break even. All right. Well, why did I buy Tesla shares instead of options? The stock is really volatile, and I have the account to buy the shares. You know, the options are a lot less liquid. The options are expensive. Excuse me. What was I just saying, guys? Oh, so the options are a lot less liquid, and the options are very expensive with implied volatility. With extrinsic value, time value. So I prefer to trade the stock itself, as long as the stock itself has enough movement in it. And I know Tesla right now is very volatile. And Tesla, you can catch a $5, $6, $7 move in Tesla right now with the type of moves that the stock is making. So I just opted to trade the actual stock itself. I opted to trade the stock itself. Oh, wow. All right. Parmeet Singh wants to know, how legit are you guys? I've never seen a broker statement or P&Ls from you. As if the education and information that I give you is not enough to realize that how legit we are and that it's a true professional education. I used to show my P&Ls, Parmeet. We used to show P&L statements on here, but the reason that I don't is because there's a few reasons. There's a few reasons why I don't show my P&L on here anymore. And first and foremost, I do not want this to be a highlight reel of myself. I've been doing this for 15 years. I don't want to say, hey, I made 10K today, and then that's clickbait for you to come, follow me, subscribe. I don't want you guys to come follow me, subscribe, and become a member of TTG because you think if you follow me, you can replicate my P&L. I want you to follow me and become a member of TTG because you like the way that I explain things, you understand what I'm explaining, and you're getting an education that you actually want to learn. If you want to just come and shadow me and copy me and you think that if you just do everything that I do, you're going to make the same amount of money that I do, you're wrong. This is not meant to be a highlight reel of myself. This is not a marketing scheme. This is not a okay. Let's claim to have some secret pattern or some secret strategy. This is, you guys want to learn a true professional education. I'm going to teach it to you. All right. I traded for a hedge fund on Wall Street, received the Trade of the Year award in 2008. I used to show my P&L. If you guys have been following my channel for 2 years or so, you know that I used to show my daily P&L. You should show it every day. But then you start to get comments from people, you traded with a large account. I'll never be able to do that. So this isn't for me. And they feel like they need to follow a trader. They feel like they need to follow a trader that has a small account. T3 Alpha Fund was the name of the hedge fund for anyone that's asking. It's not around anymore. The hedge fund went out of business in 2009, along with 50% of all hedge funds after the Great Recession and the stock market crash of 08, 09. Around 51 or 52% of all hedge funds in business at the time went out of business, including mine. It used to be called T3 Alpha Fund. They then changed to T3 Alpha or something like that, and now they're just a prop trading firm. But they used to be a hedge fund. And that is where I went through a 3-month educational program before they let me touch $1 of the hedge fund's money. So I used to show my P&L, but you get people that are like, I don't have that big of an account. I can't do what you do, and therefore I can't make money. I do not drive a Lamborghini, but my business partner actually has 2 of them. I do not drive a Lamborghini, but my business partner has 2. My business partner has a Huracan and the Urus. But no, I do not have a Lamborghini. But yeah, guys, that's why I stopped showing my P&L. I'm not out here to be a highlight reel. People were blowing up their accounts trying to follow me because, like, this is the other thing that really affected my decision to take away my position size and take away my P&L. Now, listen, if you're a member of TTG and somebody asks me during the day, all right, if somebody asks me during the day, Mike, how much size do you have? I tell them. Okay, you guys ask me, I'll tell you. But as far as me pushing it out there on YouTube and everything, what started to happen was traders would see my position size, and I might be in tier 1. Now, in a case like, maybe I'm buying 2,000 shares of Roku. That's a $300,000 position. Tier 1 might be $75,000. A trader with a smaller account will see that and say, holy crap, Mike's got 75 grand in Roku. He must be super confident. And they would dump their entire account into the trade. They don't realize that, well, that's just my tier 1. I'm trying to get to 300,000. I'm just testing the waters on my tier 1. I'm okay risking $2,500, $3,000. I'm okay risking that. My $75,000 position, if I'm wrong, I'm only losing like 1,000, which is, for me, is fine. That's my feeler. That's my tester. And it started to affect traders' decisions. And traders would then take bigger position size than they normally would because they see my size. Not even realizing that, well, that's just a starter for me. That's a tier 1. And traders started to really get hurt if it ends up being a losing trade. I can't have that on me. That's why I stopped showing my position size. I stopped showing my P&L, and I go by, I'm in tier 1. Tier 1 is 25% of your desired position size. No matter if your position size is $100 or $100,000 or $1 million, tier 1 is 25% of whatever size you want to get up to. And that is your feeler. That's your starter. And then tier 2 is full size. Tier 3 is a little bit extra. Tier 3 is like an extra 25% when all the stars align. But that's why I stopped showing my P&L. And I'm not here. I don't need justification from people. If you don't think that I'm legit, that so be it. Don't join True Trading Group. Go join somebody else that's going to teach you something that doesn't work, that's never been really tested, that no one trades professionally on Wall Street. You want to learn how to trade like a professional trader and learn from someone that traded out a hedge fund and received the Trader of the Year award, then okay, stay on the channel, keep watching my videos, sign up for TTG. Broker statements aren't going to do it. People nowadays Photoshop their brokerage statements anyway. It's all nonsense. Don't judge a trader by their P&L. Judge a trader by their ability to explain why they're doing what they're doing, because that you can't fake. You can't fake someone's explanation of, well, the VWAP was doing this. It was lining up with this Fibonacci or retracement level. The volume profile was excellent. We had the trade line working its way up, the trade line VWAP cross. We were coming to the inflection point on that wedge. We broke up and out of the wedge, moved my stop loss up. That trend line starts to become support. The trade line works its way up. Boom. That is how you tell if a trader's legit or not. Not by saying, ooh, look, I made this much money today. Follow me. You'll do the same. No. Learn why I do what I do. Don't be infatuated with the result. Be infatuated with the process. Learn the reasons why. Not just this trader made 10 grand today, this trader made 2 grand today. I'm going to go follow the trader that made 10 grand. That should not be how you choose your mentor. That should not be how you select where you're going to learn how to trade. It's all about the quality of the education that you receive and someone's ability to explain these things to you. That is how you tell if a trader's legit or not. Not by a trader flaunting, look at my watch, look at my car, look at my house, look at my P&L, look how awesome I am. If you don't make money, you suck, but follow me. That's not what this is about, guys. Even if it's not me. I'm not saying this because, hey, follow me, follow me. Even if it's not me. I'm not saying this because, hey, it's got to be me, it's got to be me. It doesn't have to be me. You don't have to pick me as your mentor. You don't have to learn from me. You don't have to join True Trading Group if you don't want to. But whoever it is that you decide to learn from, just make sure they're an actual professional. Make sure they're just not some random that's never traded professionally that is teaching you misinformation, because you're putting hard-earned money to work based on their misinformation. So even if it's not me, I just want you guys to get a real education, because I hate when I see traders that they give up because they never got the real education. They lost money and they quit without ever giving themselves a chance, because they never gave themselves a chance to actually learn. So even if it's not me, just make sure that it's someone that actually knows what they're talking about, please. All right. So back to the Tesla trade. Sorry, we got a little sidetracked. Back to the Tesla trade. So as we break up and out of this wedge, okay, you should not fall back inside of the wedge once that happens. And you guys also see we had a trade line VWAP crossover, and the trade line worked its way up as well to line up with the outside part of this wedge that is now acting as an area of support. Look right here. You guys see this nice little area of support. All right. Then you see the trade line hangs in there, and we just rocket ourselves to new highs. And I start peeling profits off the table as we work our way higher. Take you guys back to my trade announcements. You guys can see took some off 430.50, and the bulk of my position off at 431.50 for a real nice solid trade. And we actually, I held on to a small piece to see if we kept going later in the afternoon, but then we pulled it back in. Once we broke below VWAP, I sold out the last piece of the position. All right. But that's, guys, the whole point, really, that what I want you to take away from this stream and this lesson is identifying the opportunity when to size up, and not to be afraid of when to of these situations, and not being afraid to size up when you see these opportunities. Now, please do not mistake this video with me saying, please do not mistake this video of me saying, oh, size up, size up, size up, size up. No, there's a time and there's instances where you should take the opportunity to size up. This is one of them. And I'm taking the time to explain these situations, these instances to you, so that when you identify these situations in your trading during the day, you have confidence to size up while still risking a dollar amount that you're comfortable with by essentially not taking on any extra risk. When you increase your position size, you're taking on extra risk. But if you can increase your position size without taking on more risk than you're comfortable with, that's a win. Because when you're right, you're going to get paid handsomely. All right. So that's the lesson, guys. That's the lesson about sizing up. Does anybody have any questions about what I just talked about? All right. So since nobody has any questions, about what we just talked about, I'm now going to start part 2 of the webinar, of the live stream. Okay. Anybody, I'm telling you guys this now, anybody that is not interested in a membership, log off now. Okay. I'm done with the lesson part. I'm done with the lesson part about the Tesla and about how to size up, since nobody has any questions. Since nobody has any questions about that lesson, I'm going to move on to part 2, which is now I'm going to talk to you about True Trading Group. I'm going to talk to you about a membership. I'm going to show you what the back end looks like, to show you what your member dashboard looks like. And I'm going to answer questions about the platform and about the community and about the resources that are available to you. So if you're not interested in any of that stuff, log off now, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's recap. Curtis, I use 3-minute candles because I think they're perfect. I do not use 1-minute candles. I never use 1-minute candles because I think only scalpers should use 1-minute candles. Scalpers are traders that are trying to get in and out within seconds to minutes. That's not me. That's not my style. I think 1-minute candles give you too much noise. There's too many false signals. The 3-minute candle simplifies that a little bit. It cleans up the noise while still giving you a good insight. So you can still give you good insight into the price action. Shahid Salim, it's my pleasure, brother. It's my pleasure. I love this stuff. Andrew, not really. I know they talk a lot about that on CNBC. Andrew asked, do I pay attention to unusual options activity? No, I really don't. Just not really my strategy. I know there's the guys on CNBC that talk a lot about that. That's more for longer term. That's more for swing trading. Those guys hold those positions for a couple months sometimes. It's just not my strategy. It's not my style. One of the main reasons why I don't pay much attention to large orders and options is because you don't know what's on the other end of that trade. Like if you see someone that buys $100,000 put option position on Roku, you don't know what's on the other end of that trade. Now, is that one trader taking a huge bet to the downside, or is that a trader that's long $5 million and is hedging their position? You don't know. So I don't really pay too much attention to that. Which one, Naz? Oh, the Tesla trade. The Tesla trade was right here. Right there, Naz. Once we broke down below VWAP. No, I do not always leave it anchored at the previous day's close. It depends. It depends. So I just put a video out, Justin L600. I just put a video out a few days ago about how to use Fibonacci retracement levels. I would definitely recommend checking that out. It goes into great depth about how to use Fibonacci retracement levels. Future Work Express, it's a good question. Do you have a specific weighting, fundamental versus technical? How often do you trade obvious known scam stocks just for the technical move? It depends on what I'm looking for, Future Work Express. Are we talking about a swing trade? Are we talking about a day trade? If we're talking about a swing trade, I'm going to stay away from all those scam stocks. I'm going to stay away from all those names because it's just not. I don't have faith holding those positions overnight. But when it comes to intraday, I'm all about the technicals, man, and I'm all about momentum. There's nothing more powerful intraday than momentum. But I will not hold one of those scam stocks overnight. No way, too much risk. Market orders, Jersey. The stock is just so liquid. Limit orders on the way out, on the way up. Market order in. Limit order on my first take profit. Limit order on my second take profit. Market order on my last. Justin, how long did it take you to become profitable after the 3-month training period? It was within the first year. It was within the first year. It was maybe within 6 months. All right, guys. So again, I'm not going to take any more questions. We're going to get into now the second part of the live stream. So again, like I said, this second part is going to be all about a membership. It's going to be about the website. It's going to be about resources. It's going to be about your member dashboard. If you are not interested in a membership, now is the time for you to log off. I'm done with questions. I'm done with the lessons on the Tesla trade. Now we're going to talk about the True Trading Group website. All right. So let's get to our member dashboard. Okay. Yeah, no, guys, seriously, if you guys are not interested in a membership, sign off. If you're not interested in a membership, sign off. Because now I'm going to be going over now the TTG website. I'm going to be talking about memberships. I'll give you guys 2 minutes to log off. So for those of you that are not interested in a membership, you're not interested in the courses, the trade alerts, the resources, the stock profiles, analyst reports, text message alerts, blog, all that stuff. If you're not interested in that, sign off now because I'm going to now start talking about becoming part of TTG. So I'll give you guys, for those of you not interested, I'll give you like 2 minutes or so to log off. All right, so again, guys, we're going to talk about now, for those of you that are interested in buying a TTG membership, and becoming part of the TTG community, that's what part 2 of this live stream is going to be about. For those of you interested in buying a membership, that is what this second part of this live stream is about. If you're not interested, log off now. Okay. All right. No, not that many people logged off. All right. So I'm looking forward to 128 new TTG family. So we still have a good amount of people that are still with us. So great. So guys, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you guys. I've never done this before. I've never really showed you guys what TTG looks like, and as a member, what the dashboard looks like, what resources are available to you, what the courses look like. I've never really shared that with you. So I'm going to give you guys a quick little inside look on what your dashboard looks like. Your member dashboard is where you access everything. It's where you access the chat. It's where you access the watch list. It's where you access all of your courses. It's where you access the blog. It's where you access the economic calendar. That's where you access the holiday calendar. When are there half days? When's the market closed? All right. This is where you do everything on your member dashboard. So again, guys, I'm about to get into part 2 of the live stream where I'm going to talk about if you're interested in buying a TTG membership. I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. So if you're not interested, you guys can log off now, and I'll see you guys in my end of day recap tomorrow for some more lessons. Now we're talking about memberships for TTG. This is your member dashboard. All right. This is your member dashboard. We have a little ticker feed up top, kind of just shows you kind of what the overall markets are doing. And as we scroll down, you have your watch list. Your watch list will be displayed front and center for you every single day in your member dashboard. It's loaded at around 8:45 a.m. Eastern time every morning. The watch list gets loaded. This is where we talk about the stocks that we have on watch for the day. Here's Tesla. The trend is our friend. Watching for 425 to act as support. Then watch for a push towards 450. That's exactly what we got today. Okay, RAD. RAD was on the watch list. Did we get another day? Watch for a push and test of 18. We went way over 18. So this is just where you guys will get your watch list. Here's your announcements for upcoming dates that the market is closed. All right, that's going to be your watch list. You also have the economic calendar. Economic calendar is where it tells you every single day what is coming out. Okay, so tomorrow, December 27th, it shows you at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time what's coming out. These are all the data. This is all the economic data that comes out at 8:30. So you guys know exactly what to be looking for at what time. This is important to know because if you're making a trade, let's say you're trading DGAS, you're trading DGAS, one of the natural gas ETFs, and it's important for you to know when is the natural gas report. If you're trading oil or any one of the oil ETFs, it's important for you to know when is the rig report, when is the API number. Okay, it's important for you guys to know all that. All right, so this is where you will find that. It shows you all of the information, everything that comes out. Pending home sales, Chicago PMI, retail inventories minus the autos, Dallas Fed. Okay, I mean, these are all the things that come out. Monthly home price index. All of these things are economic numbers that come out during the day that can affect the market. It can either affect the overall broader markets. It can affect commodities prices. So it's important for you to know when these important things come out. Okay. So that was your economic calendar. Now, and here's the chat room. So here's where you guys would click on to enter the chat room every single day. Chat room's closed right now, but that's where you guys would enter your chat. You just click on that. It takes you right to the TTG chat room. And again, in the chat room, once you guys get to the chat room, we do a live screen share. So you see my screen during the day. As soon as you log into chat, you see my screen or Jason. So Jason is another one of the TTG moderators in chat. So Jason is on at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time, going over economic data, going over the watch list, going over what stocks are gapping up, what companies have news. Jason goes over all that stuff starting at 7:30 a.m. And then I come on a little bit later and I go over the watch list and I take the screen. So during the day, you'll see Jason's screen, you'll see my screen. All right. So that's what you guys have in the chat room. You'll see my screen. You'll see exactly what it is that I'm doing. You'll also hear me on the microphone. So Jason and I, both of us, have a microphone during the day where I walk you through my analysis in real time. This is one of the main factors of TTG that makes us different from a lot of other groups, is that I will always tell you what I'm going to do before I do it. If we have any members of TTG that are still in here that are watching this live stream, you can attest to this. I will always come on the microphone and tell you, okay, gang, I'm looking at Tesla. I see this wedge pattern. I'm looking at the trade line. I'm looking to get long here. I'm looking at Tesla. Here's going to be my stop loss. These are my profit targets. While I'm in the trade, I'm talking you through my analysis in real time. I'm saying, okay, guys, this is what I'm seeing. The stock's doing this. I like this. I don't like this. I'm going to be taking profits at this level. I'm going to stop out at this level. I'm moving my stop loss up. I walk you through my trade literally every step of the way. Okay, I walk you through my trade literally every step of the way on the microphone. I let you know exactly what I'm doing. The reason for this, more so than anything, is so you can get to hear my analysis. It's important that you understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, more so than it even is to know what I'm doing in general. It's more important to know why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's why I show you my screen and I'm on the microphone live and I walk you through my analysis every step of the way in every single trade. I never just go, surprise, I'm in this stock and no one had any idea I was even looking at it. I will walk you through it every step of the way. All right. Next, we've got down here, guys, stock profile. This is a cool little feature that I want to show you. So let's go to the stock profile section. The stock profile section is where you can get a full report on any stock that you're interested in. So let's use, for example, let's do Tesla. Okay, here you guys can see Tesla. We just type in Tesla in the toolbar, in the search bar, and up comes this information about Tesla. Now you can see right here, you can download a PDF report on Tesla. Let's download that. And now here you guys can see a profile and a stock report on Tesla. Okay, company profile. You've got some basic financial data, recent news and filings. You guys can, these are all active links. These are all active links. Okay, Tesla's Q1 and Q2 2020 will be disastrous. This is a link from Seeking Alpha. All right, SEC filings, news releases. Here's a report from Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley analyst sticks with their call for Tesla. All right. Then you have corporate events. Okay, this will tell you all the corporate events coming up for Tesla, so you know exactly when their earnings are. It knows when you get downgrades and upgrades. It tells you any type of production data. It gives you all corporate events. Then as you move down, we get share information, key financial ratios, financial summary. I mean, this is all the information, guys. This is all part of your membership. You can get 1,000 of these if you want. You just type in the ticker symbol in the search bar and out pops this PDF with all of this useful information for you. And then also my favorite part of this is the analyst section, the analyst report, where it shows you the analyst report. Okay, where you guys can see how many analysts have buy ratings, how many have sell ratings, hold, strong buys. Okay, Tesla's ranked 9th out of 10th in the auto domestic. I mean, you guys can see all of the analyst reports that you have here on this PDF. All right, so this is a real cool little report that's populated from the TGG website. All right. Now, as we scroll down back to the member dashboard and we're on the stock profile section, you've got an interactive chart. Okay, you guys have an interactive chart where you guys can take a look at a chart of Tesla with different time frames, 1 day, 5 day, 1 month. You guys have an interactive chart here of Tesla. All right. Then as we continue to scroll down, you guys can see all of these other little sections here on your dashboard. You can see here's your profile, all right, on the company. You've got news. These are all press releases that the company puts out, curated stories. These are parts from the blog section. You have SEC filings. These are all the SEC filings and statements that the company files with the SEC that can have useful information, 8Ks, insider information, insider selling. If you have insiders that if Elon Musk is buying stock or selling stock, this is where that stuff will be reported. Okay. Price history, another interactive chart. Okay, here's your interactive chart on Tesla. You guys can select the date. Okay, you can see individual opens, highs, low, close, VWAP. I mean, all of this information, shares traded, everything. Okay, you can even select whatever date range that you want to take a look at. If you want to take a look at from December 3rd until yesterday, you type in that date and out populates the chart. You can adjust for splits and dividends. Okay, a nice little interactive chart for you guys, walking you through this little Tesla trade. All right. Then you go more again, the corporate events, financials, or your financial information. And then lastly, the analyst rating, which we talked about on the PDF. All right. So this is all the information that's available to you on the stock profile section of your member dashboard. So really cool little section where it gives you a lot of insight and a lot of information on whatever company that it is. You guys can type in, Apple. You can type in whatever company it is that you're interested in. You type it in and it populates. Okay. Again, you download the report, you get all the information, you get the interactive chart. Okay. All of this stuff for whatever company it is that you're interested in. All right. So that's a really cool section. Then we've got, as we move down now on your member dashboard, we're still back here on the left-hand side. We've got your courses. This is where you guys will find all of your courses. You can see the trader psychology course is highlighted in green because it's new. We just released it a couple weeks ago. Your foundation course is the beginner course. Then you have the advanced course. Then you have the options course. Let's go to, excuse me. Let's click on the advanced course. I'm just going to give you guys a quick little, all right, we'll click on, okay, here's the different courses that are part of the advanced course. We're going to click on course 6, which is the TGG triangle, just to give you guys a little bit of an inside look. And then here we're broken it down. We have it broken down by chapters. Every single course, guys, just so you guys are aware, is in video form and in text form. Okay. So if I just click on, let's say I'll just click on, morning setup. Everything is in video form. So you can just click on to click play and it'll play through the video of the entire course, or you can click on the individual chapter lessons. Okay. The individual chapter lessons that will take you through a text format of each individual chapter and each individual lesson. Okay, so for some people are visual learners, they like to use videos. Other people would rather see actual individual text. So either way, whatever one you guys prefer, you guys can use either one, text or video. Every single course has text and video. Every single course also has an exam. Let me actually go back to the top of your dashboard and talk about the exams. Every course, foundation, advanced, trader psychology, options, every course has an exam at the end. If you score 85% or higher on the exam, you earn a badge for that course. If you earn all your badges, you become TGG certified, which is cool. Lets people know that you've been through the curriculum, you've passed all the courses, you now know what you're talking about. You got a professional education. Okay. That's all of these badges up here. Every single course, you'll get a badge when you get an 85% or higher. You get all of them. you become TGG certified. All right. Like I said, every single one of these comes with a badge, an exam, and a badge at the end of the course. And here's the trader psychology course, guys. Okay, which is just a bunch of videos that really get into. I talked about the trader psychology course in a previous live stream. It's awesome, to be honest with you guys. I mean, trading is 80% mental, and the trader psychology course is really designed to get you into thinking in a way that will promote consistency and that will promote self-discipline and will promote risk management and helping traders kind of think long term and think the way that a trader should think, because a lot of traders do not think properly. Like, for example, one of the biggest mistakes that traders make is that they're infatuated with how much they're going to make if they're right. And it needs to be the opposite. You need to be more concerned with how much you're going to make if you're wrong. Great traders are always more concerned with how much they're going to lose if they're wrong. Struggling traders are obsessed with how much they're going to make if they're right. And it's little things like that getting you into a different mindset to help promote self-discipline, risk management, and more importantly, consistent profitability. That's what the trader psychology course is all about. All right. So again, guys, that's where you would find all of those courses. Okay, so you have the beginner foundations course. So I'll click on that real quick. You guys, this is the beginner foundations course. You've got the options course. Okay, you guys see the options course. You have 13 chapters in the options course. You can print your certificate once you're complete. All right, so just real easy function, easy. You're a real fluid, very user-friendly base. And then we've got, after you guys complete your courses, we've got the premium blog section. All right, we've got the premium blog section. Let's we'll click on the blog. And this blog is populated daily with just different market commentary, useful tips like top 3 things to watch in the market. Every day we post a top 3 things to watch. Now that may not necessarily be a stock. Sometimes top 3 things could be a stock that we're looking at, but also economic data. Maybe there's a Fed meeting. Maybe there's a company's coming out with earnings. Maybe there's the oil report is coming out. The natural gas report is coming out. Maybe there's a G20 summit, something that could potentially move markets. Maybe there's a congressional hearing on antitrust laws with Facebook and Google. Stuff like that is what will be included in the top 3 things to watch, which will just kind of let you know where to focus your attention during the day. And then we just have other topics, stock ideas for the week, watch lists, okay, and really, different trade ideas. Like the one we just posted today talks about how DraftKings is actually going public, but they're going public through a very unique way, which is merging with what is called a SPAC firm, and they're not doing the traditional IPO route. And that's an article that breaks down and explains that whole process of how they're going public. So just some useful information that's always put up in the premium blog. Then you guys have the resources section. Okay. Trader resources section is pretty cool. These are just some helpful things. Okay. These are just some helpful things for you. You've got a vocabulary section. Okay. We can click on the vocabulary section. That'll just give you some very common terms. If you guys are new to trading and there's a lot of terms that are going to be talked about in chat that you're going to hear us talk about throughout the day that you may not be familiar with. This is just a basic vocabulary section. And we also have helpful links, different stock scanners that we recommend, choosing an online broker. All right, we've got, choosing an online broker, and we break down the best online brokers, okay, and why I like some of them versus the others to help you guys pick an online broker. We've got chat room rules, which is important. I suggest everyone reads that before entering our chat room. Then we have common chart patterns. All right, these are common chart patterns that I feel like everybody should know. All right, these are just in the trader resources section. These are just some helpful things. Here's a bull flag, bullish pennant, double bottom. These are some helpful things that I think are traders need real quick access to. And then you have website links. These are just websites that will be useful for research, for due diligence. For if you're looking for FDA data, stuff like that. Level 2. Softwares, different companies that provide level 2, different companies that provide stock scanners. Okay, so just some trader resources that will be available to you. And that's really it, guys. That's your member dashboard. Okay. You can also schedule a one-on-one session with me. So I do one-on-one mentorship sessions where we break down traders trading. We dive in deep into, their strengths, their weaknesses, and we try to identify patterns in their trading that we can maybe make some tweaks and some changes and really provide that one-on-one mentorship. That one-on-one mentorship is so, so important, guys. It's so important. I was lucky enough to get a mentorship, from my senior portfolio manager when I worked at the hedge fund. And if it wasn't for that mentorship, I wouldn't be where I am today. I really wouldn't. And that's why we provide that one-on-one. That's why I provide that one-on-one mentorship. What I want to actually do for you guys is anyone that signs up tonight, anyone that buys a True Trading Group membership tonight is going to get a free 30-minute one-on-one mentor session with myself. All right. So if you guys have stuck around, we still have a lot of people that are still on here. If you guys have stuck around, we've got the 30% off sale that ends tomorrow. So the 1-year all-inclusive membership, right now we're offering that for 30% off. And if you sign up tonight, you'll get included a free 30-minute one-on-one mentor session with myself. That membership, that all-inclusive membership is 1-year access to the chat room, 1 year of the text message trade alerts. So if you can't be in chat during the day, you can still follow along with what it is that we're trading. 1 year of the email swing trade alerts. You get access to all of the courses that you see here on the member dashboard, as well as all future courses coming out down the road. So we're going to be coming out with a bunch of new courses throughout the year. You get access to all of them. Okay, there's no upsells in True Trading Group. So we're literally like the Netflix of trading communities. You guys sign up to become part of the TGG family. You get access to every single thing that we have to offer. Everything that I just showed you on the back end on your member dashboard, you get access to, as well as all the new resources and courses that come out and become available to you. You get access to all of them. Okay? So literally the Netflix of trading communities. You will never be upsold anything at TTG. All right? None of that, you sign up and then all of a sudden you got to buy this course, you got to buy this, you got to buy this, you got to buy this. Crazy. Okay, it's crazy. You guys get access to everything. Okay, so that 30% off, that 1-year membership is valid until tomorrow. You can get 30% off. Just posted that link right in chat. So if you guys are interested in taking advantage of that 30% off, click on that link that's posted right there in chat. That'll take you over to the website. Use coupon code TTG2020. Again, that's coupon code TTG2020 to get 30% off the membership. It expires on Friday. Okay, after Friday, we're going to be dropping down to 25 and 20%. And if you're waiting for a better deal, I wouldn't. Don't. Because we're not going to be giving a bigger discount than 30% next year. All right, True Trading Group is growing very quickly. So we're not going to be doing 30% off. So 30% off is over tomorrow. So if you guys are on the fence, take advantage to get the 30% while it's still there, because we're not going to be having 30% off for a very long time. So this will be the best deal that we're going to have for quite a while. And then also, if you sign up tonight, you're going to get a free 30-minute one-on-one with me as well. Okay. That's all right, man. I mean, listen, Richie Scalia, I mean, even if you can't be home every day yet, we have a lot of members that still have other jobs that are not, 100% full-time day traders. The majority of our members are part-time traders. They either trade 1 or 2 hours during the day, or they trade, 1 or 2 days a week, depending on their schedule. The majority of our members are not. I mean, obviously, we do have a lot of full-time traders, but the majority of members are regular people with regular jobs that, what they're doctors, they're policemen, they're construction workers, they're teachers, they're lawyers, they're accountants, they're consultants, they're factory workers, they're active military. We have an active military member that actually last year was trading from Iraq. Okay. We have college students. We have retired people that are retired. We have a bunch of True Trading Group members that have actually been able to reach a point of consistent profitability that they retired early. We have one member that lives in San Diego. They were going to retire at 60. Well, with True Trading Group, they're now consistently profitable enough, and now he feels comfortable enough. He retired at 55. Now he wakes up early, he trades, and by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the market's closed and he goes surfing. The guy's 55 years old, and now he's enjoying his retired life. It's a beautiful thing. TTG is really a community of real people, guys. It's not, these are people from all walks of life that have all come through and shared the same similar experiences that you have. I've been doing this for 15 years. I'm a consistently profitable trader, but there was once a point in my life where I wasn't where I am now. I had to get here. There was a point where I was starting fresh. There were points where I was struggling. There were points when I didn't know anything. Don't ever be afraid to ask questions in TTG. That's why during the day in chat, you have the ability to private message me and ask me questions. You can talk to me directly. I'm not like hidden. I'm not the man behind the curtain. You guys can talk to me all day long. Because if you have a question, I guarantee you somebody else has the same question. And I guarantee you it's a question that I once asked myself. If you don't ask questions, you're never going to learn. If you don't ask questions, you're never going to learn. So that's why I always recommend and I always suggest asking questions. It's the only way you're going to learn. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Anytime, Richie. I appreciate you joining me, bro, for the stream. Mr. Pelham, I appreciate you. I appreciate the follow and I appreciate the views and I look forward to trading with you. Well, Richie, I'm here for you, bro. I'm here to help you. I am here to help you. Vinod, I mean, you say you got to save some money to sign up. We also do have a financing option for those of you that we also have the financing option. All right, where you guys can pay off the membership over 3 months. So we also do have the financing option as well. So if you're interested in the financing option, we'll send a link here in chat in just a moment. All right, we'll send a link here in chat in a moment. You guys can also send an email if you have any questions. You can send an email to info@truetradinggroup.com if you have any questions. All right, we're going to post the financing link here. The financing link, just complete transparency here, guys. The financing, though, if you guys select the financing option, there, we just posted it in chat. That's the financing option. You can pay off the membership in 3 monthly payments. But the financing option does not come with the TTG 2020 coupon. The 30% discount, okay, is not included in the financing option. The 30% discount is the one-time payment for the 30% discount for that's coupon code TTG 2020. That does not apply to the financing option. Just complete transparency. You want to make sure that that's clear. All right, but if the one-time payment is just a little too steep for you at the moment, you could pay off the membership in 3 monthly payments. Yep, you can do financing, guys. So you can click on that last link we just posted in chat, and that's the financing option. All right, so you guys can pay it off in 3 months. All right, gang. So, like I said, the point of me doing this was, I don't really do this often. I don't really share what what TTG really looks like, what the back end looks like, the resources that are available to you. I wanted to show you guys how user friendly it is and give you just a little bit of an inside look to the information and the tools that are at your disposal as a trader. Not just the tools and the education and the resources that are available to you on the member dashboard, but the tools that are available to you and the resources that are available to you in TTG moderators. We have one of our moderators is actually in the live stream in the chat right now. His name is Alex. Alex is one of our small cap crypto gurus. Alex is our crypto specialist, and he's our penny stock and small cap specialist. So Alex really focuses, his niche is on penny stocks and small caps. But we have a lot of other members like myself. I trade everything, guys. I'm a very diverse trader. I trade small caps. I trade mid caps. I trade large caps. I trade options. I trade ETFs. I trade everything. I do not trade crypto, but I trade everything. All right. You've got Jay in chat. Jay is a swing trader. We've got Chris. Chris is an options trader. Chris is our options guru. We've got Elena. Elena is our futures trader. All right. Elena is our futures trader. Elena trades oil futures, natural gas futures. Then we have Jason. Jason is more of a traditional day trader, also swing trader. His style is very similar to mine. And all of the moderators you have access to during the day. You could send a private message to each and every single one of the TTG moderators during the day with any questions that you have. I think that one-on-one mentorship and that one-on-one access to be able to go to somebody during the day live and ask a question, I think is priceless. That's what I had when I worked at the hedge fund. My senior portfolio manager worked directly across from me. So our trade stations were back to back. So if we both stood up, we'd be staring face to face. But obviously when we sit down, our screens are blocking each other from view. So any question that I had during the day, all I had to do was speak and I got an answer. And that was invaluable to my learning and my development as a trader. That is why during chat, you have the ability to private message myself and any one of the other moderators. That's Alex, Jason, Jay, Chris, Elena. You can send a private message to any one of us and ask us a question during the day. And that I think is invaluable and something that you guys can't get anywhere else. So again, 30% off, one-time payment that expires tomorrow. 30% will be the biggest discount that we have for quite a while. So if you're waiting for, oh, well, maybe they're going to have a bigger discount for New Year's, we're not. New Year's, we're going to drop down to 25% and 20%. I'm telling you guys now, that's what you're going to see for New Year's. All right. So if you're on the fence and you're thinking about joining the TTG family, take advantage of the 30% discount. Use coupon code TTG2020. If the one-time payment is a little bit too steep for you right now, we have a financing option that you do not get the 30% discount on the financing option, but you could pay off the membership in 3 payments. D-Sprink 23, I do not know the percentage of our members, but what I will tell you is that we recently did a poll of all current True Trading Group members. I did a poll. And I said, since joining TTG, has your understanding of the markets and has your trading results improved? That was a poll that I did amongst members. Okay. I don't remember the exact numbers. It was like there were 4 options. There was absolutely, my trading has improved. Like TTG is the greatest thing that I've ever invested in. Number 2 was, yes, I'm improving, but still would like to get better. Option 3 was, it's still too soon. I just joined. And option 4 was, no, I have not improved. Not one single member selected, no, I have not improved. Not one. about 68 to 70% said, absolutely, TTG is the best investment ever. My trading's drastically improved. It was like 20 something percent said, yes, my trading improved, but I would still like to get better. And then like 3 or 4% said it's too soon, I just joined. And 0 said no. So that was a poll that we just did about a month and a half ago, D-Spring. So to answer your question, I don't know the exact percentage of traders that once they pass the courses become TTG certified, how many of them become profitable. But that is what I could tell you is the information, the data that I got back from when we polled the members. What I would encourage you to do, D-Spring, is to join us for a TTG Tuesday and ask the members yourself. So we open up the chat room free on Tuesdays. So if you go to truetradinggroup.com on the upper right-hand corner, well, you guys are looking at my screen. You guys see it right now. Here, I'll just show you. So you see right here in the upper right-hand corner, see how it says register, log in for TTG Tuesday? You guys just click on that link, and it takes you to a form. You just fill out the form and register, and you get a link that gives you access to our chat room for free on Tuesday. I would encourage you, D-Spring, to come into chat and don't ask me. Ask the members if their trading has improved. Ask them, let them tell you. That would be my suggestion. Guys, my goal, all right. Now, obviously, I always strive to be a better trader. I'm always trying to improve. I'm always trying to learn. I'm always trying to increase my yearly numbers. But I've reached a level of achievement and consistency. My goal now, so when I write my goals out for the year, one of my goals is to have our True Trading Group members make 10 to 20 times the cost of a membership. That is my goal. My goal is to have every member make at least 10 to 20 times the cost of a membership. That is a goal that I have set for myself. Yeah, Pisias. Yeah, we have a financing option, guys. Again, guys, those of you, we have a financing option. You guys can pay off the membership in 3 months. Yes, Alex, exactly. Catch a person to fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a person to fish, you feed him for life. Truer words have never been spoken. I love it. Okay, Richie, finance it, man. Finance it. Come in and join us. Yeah, D-Spring. That's what I'm saying. I'm giving you an honest answer, man. Giving you an honest answer there. All right, gang. So again, to recap, 30% off the 1 year all-inclusive membership. That expires tomorrow. That's coupon code TTG2020. Yeah, Mr. D, the financing option is available anytime. The 30% discount is not available after Friday. So again, you guys have 2 options right now. A one-time payment with a 30% discount. That's coupon code TTG 2020. That expires after Friday. The other option is a financing plan where you pay off your membership in 3 months, but that does not include the 30% discount. But you can pay off the membership in 3 months rather than one payment. It actually comes out to, guys, we did the math, with the 30% off, it comes out to less than a cup of coffee a day. So if you guys are a Starbucks junkie like me, I love my Starbucks. They charge me like $4 for a cup of coffee. It's so ridiculous. It's like I'm upset with myself that I pay it, but I can't help it. It comes out to like $3 or $2.68 a day, something like that, with the 30% discount. So when you look at it that way, to get a true professional education and be part of a trading community that actually cares about your success and we're a real tight knit group, guys. We're a really, really, really tight knit group. I know every single one of our members. We all talk, we all support each other. We have a lot of members that have now become friends, members that live in the same area. They get together on weekends, they go over trade ideas. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, we've got you've got members here that are developing lifelong relationships. I was out in Vegas a few months ago. We have one of our members in Vegas. I was hanging out with him. He was actually our first member to cross the $100,000 profit mark. He was actually our first. He's been a member for a long time. He was our first member when we started True Trading Group that crossed the $100,000 profit mark. And now he's taken his trading to a point now where he's actually traveling. He's traveling the world and he's just taking his trade station with him. And last I talked to him was 2 weeks ago, and he was in Spain. And he's just traveling the world with his trade station. He's trading a couple hours a day, making some money, and then enjoying life and traveling the world. And that's a beautiful thing. It's an absolutely beautiful thing. But, the point is, guys, that this is a group where you develop relationships long term. You're not just another number. I care about each and every one of our members and our members' success. And that's why we have the one-on-one mentorship. That's why I do the one-on-ones. That's why I do phone calls with our members. If a trader is struggling, we talk it out. We figure out what the problem is and we fix it. That's why you can message me during the day. You can ask me questions. It's that guidance that makes the difference in a trader's development. Yeah, Richie, you'll be surprised, man. With getting the right education, you'll be surprised at how quickly that direction and making those smart decisions and your decision making, your whole process will change. When you get a professional education, your whole understanding of what a grade A setup looks like changes. You have a whole different understanding of what a grade A setup looks like and how to trade it. That's the difference that a professional education makes. So Wayne, TTG is still new. Wayne, we just started this. Was it 2 November? We're just 2 years in, but that is something that we're planning on in 2020. Wayne, that is something that's on our list of things that we're trying to schedule in person meetup and seminar. Nice, Richie. That's awesome. Guys, one of the other things that we're going to do, I made this announcement in a live stream that we did the other week, and I'll do it. I'll remind you guys again. In 2020, one of the things that we're doing, because Wayne, you mentioned meetups, and meetups is something that we're doing in 2020, but something else that we're doing in 2020, which is going to be really cool, we're hosting trader competitions. where we're going to be giving away. It's just for members only. So we're going to have trader competitions amongst members, and we're going to be giving away laptops, luxury watches. We might be giving away Apple iPhones, maybe possibly even a car for first place prize. We're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff in 2020 with our members, including the meetups and then trader competitions. There's no entrance fee. There's no entrance fee to these trader competitions. It's totally free. But you have to be a member. It's just something that we're going to do with the group, or that we're going to do with the community. And like I said, we're going to be giving away some really cool prizes: laptops, watches, smartphones. It's going to be cool. So I'm excited for that in 2020. Bala, there's a course on short selling in the member dashboard. Yeah, you can short sell in a trading simulator. You can short sell in a trading simulator. Yes. 15 years, D Sprink. 15 long years. All right, we still got 113 people that are on here. I'm now challenging each and every one of you. 2019 is coming to an end. What are you going to do differently in 2020 to get you to achieve your goals? What are you going to do differently? If you're still not where you want to be, if you're still not the trader that you want to be, if you're still not profitable, if you're still not consistent, what are you going to do differently? Are you going to just keep plugging away and you're going to keep doing the same old things and just hope one day that it clicks? Or are you going to make the decision that could potentially change your life and get a true professional education from someone that's traded on Wall Street, that received the Trader of the Year award, and become part of a group of traders that truly give a damn about your success? A group of traders that focus on education, camaraderie, friendship, mentorship, guidance, somewhere that you don't need to be afraid to ask what you think is a silly question. No one will ever make fun of you. No one will ever talk down to you. We're all in this game together. Every single one of us has been in your position before. No matter where you are, I guarantee you there's not a single person that there's 113 people still watching this live. I guarantee you out of 113 people, none of you have been trading longer than me. So I guarantee you, wherever you are in your development right now, whatever struggles you face, I have been there. So don't ever be afraid to ask me questions or talk to me about where you are in your development, because I have been there. So I'm challenging each and every one of you that are still on this live stream with me at 10:15 p.m. Eastern, because you live, breathe, eat, sleep this stuff just like I do. You're as passionate about this as I do, and you want it as bad as I do. I challenge each and every one of you to sign up today, get 30% off, get a free 30-minute one-on-one, and get your ass in chat tomorrow and pull out some P&L with me. Let's go into 2020, get a professional education, make the necessary changes to achieve your goals. That's my challenge to you. What's your New Year's resolution going to be? You would never sit down at the World Series of Poker not knowing how to trade and not knowing how to play poker. So why on earth would you sit down at your trading station and place a trade without knowing how to trade? You'd be foolish to do so. You'd be foolish to do so, guys. Guys, take advantage of this deal. 30% off. It expires tomorrow, but take advantage tonight and get the free 30-minute one-on-one. I love talking to you guys. I do one-on-ones every day with members. So lunchtime usually slows down. So like 12:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30, I usually go over. I do some one-on-ones with members. Then sometimes I schedule some one-on-ones after the close, like 5:30. I do some one-on-ones. I love the one-on-ones. You guys get to hear my voice and see my face every single day. All I get to see is little text message types on YouTube comments from you guys. I love doing the one-on-ones because I get to put a voice and a personality to the username. It's one of my favorite things to do. So take advantage, sign up tonight, get the free one-on-one with me, and get the 30% off, and get your button chat tomorrow. And let's pull out some P&L, and let's close out 2019 with a bang, and let's look forward to 2020 and get you on your way to consistent profitability, and eventually get you on your way to changing your life and reaching the goals that you always dreamed of. Jay Cruz, I still got you beat. If you're 15 years and 2 days, I still got you beat. I'm like 15 years and August, so September, October. I'm 15 years and 4 months. All right. That's it, guys. We've been on here this live stream for 2 hours. We went over some really good Q&A. We went over a really good lesson about how to know when to size up on your position, how to take advantage of low risk and increase your position size to potentially expand and take advantage of some extra profit on increasing your position size, and when is a good time to do so. Then we walked through the dashboard of True Trading Group. I showed you what resources are available to you. We talked a little bit about what makes us different from everybody else. And now I'm challenging you. The 113 people still on this live stream with me at 10:17 p.m. Eastern Time, instead of laying in bed binge watching Netflix, if you're still here, that means you have the passion to do this. If you're still here, it means you have the determination to do this. And you guys sure as hell know that I'm still here, which means I've got the determination and motivation to help you do this. How many other people are doing this at 10:18 p.m. Eastern Time? 0. So if you've got the dedication, I've got the motivation. I challenge you guys to join True Trading Group right now. Get 30% off. Get a 30-minute one-on-one with me, and let's go into the new year with a full steam ahead. Let's go into the new year with getting a true professional education, and let's make 2020 a banner year that could set the stage for the rest of your life. Thank you, each and every one of you, for joining me on this live stream. I love every single one of you. Smash that like button. Make sure to hit the notification bell so don't miss any one of my videos where I'm posting both mental and technical lessons on the regular with all of my trade recaps. You guys have been awesome. I love each and every one of you. I hope you guys take advantage of this deal, and I hope to see each and every one of you in chat with me and the rest of the gang tomorrow as we look to finish out the week strong. We had a strong week in here with the Tesla trade today. We had some really strong trades earlier in the week. We had, what was that, ITCI or ITCL, something like that. That was a big win for us on earlier in the week. So we're looking to close the week off strong and then close the year out strong. 2019 has been one hell of a year. And 2020 is going to be even better with all the new stuff that we have coming out. So again, thank you. Take advantage, guys. 30% off. It expires tomorrow. And then tonight, the free 30-minute one-on-one. Take advantage, gang. I'll see you guys later. My usual group, my members, I'll see you guys in chat tomorrow. To all of our new members, there's a bunch of you that signed up. A bunch of you signed up tonight. I get the notifications. I look forward to seeing each and every single one of you in chat tomorrow. If you just signed up tonight, make sure you send me a direct message in chat tomorrow so I can appropriately welcome you to the group, introduce you to the rest of the members, say what's up personally, and let's get ready to kick some ass and take some names. Get ready to learn, trade, and profit. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining me. I love all of you. Peace. Have a great night, guys. Later.